Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be this fun blue and brown nail set. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to call this nail set yet. I didn't really have a very specific theme in mind when going into this design. I kind of had like a very abstract idea, and it wasn't like a very specific theme, like I said, like for example like the polar bear nails that I did previously, or the aurora lights one, the northern lights one that I did just before. It was just kind of like I wanted to do specific colors together and kind of had a general idea of what I wanted to do, and just kind of allowed the design to come up as I went along. So I started with these two gorgeous brown shades. You can see that they are definitely very yellow in undertone, especially this one right here that I'm using. But they are brown, they're a little bit warmer, and I wanted to do a blue and brown nail set because I love blue and brown together. I think it is such a gorgeous color combination. Any version of blue and brown is just so stunning, and I wanted to kind of bring in a couple of different elements to create this design. So I do love this like warm tone, and I wanted to bring in some blue, a little bit of like frostiness because it is still winter, and I wanted to kind of just bring in a couple of those like pumpkin spice colors that I love in these browns and kind of merge it with the icy cold blue of winter. So that's kind of what this design was. Like I said, not a specific theme, just fun nail art in general. So I am going in with a matte top coat on all these because I'm going to just be doing a little bit of hand painting and some transfer foil, as you can see here. So I like working on a matte top coat. I just find that everything just works a little bit better. Sometimes gels can kind of like run away from me while I'm trying to do hand art, nail art, and especially with doing foils, I think that doing it on top of a matte base coat, a matte top coat, is actually just better. The transfer comes out much better afterwards. And while that is sitting off to the side and chilling, because that is one of my things that I learned while doing transfer foils, is after it comes out of the lamp to just kind of let the gel cool down a little bit before going directly in with your transfer foil. So I just have those sitting off to the side, and now I'm going to go in with some of this gorgeous glitter from Glitter Mix Canada. It looked so blue in the container, and I'm sure if you had put it on like a blue or a purple base, it would have really pulled much more blue. But putting it on top of these brown tones, it kind of lost the blueness of it, I guess, because the flakes were a little bit sheer, and they just really picked up the colors under it. So it really picked up the brown. And at first I wasn't sure if I loved it, but I decided that maybe it would be really cool. I decided to just continue to go through with the design. And now over here I'm using this fun snowflake transfer foil to just bring in a bit of that winteriness. And I think putting it on a brown top is really interesting and really cool because typically, I mean, maybe brown isn't necessarily the color you would associate with snowflakes, but I thought it came out really, really cool. There's just something so pretty about a warm brown and just blue and white together. I think it's so stunning. And now over here I just wanted to add a few more details, some designs. The idea was kind of like I wanted it to look a little bit like like cartoon wind, you know, like when you are drawing wind as a kid, or if you have like any wind elements, you kind of have like these like swirls. So that was kind of the design. It wasn't supposed to be too literal. Again, I kind of wanted this set to be a little bit more abstract, a little bit more just more design focused and not so theme focused. So this is kind of like the inspiration of like blowing wind, maybe a little bit of frost in the air, but it wasn't supposed to be too specific. It was, supposed to be a little bit more abstract. And I was just going back and forth between these colors. I thought that adding a little bit of this icy pink would be really, really cool with the first layer of gel, because this pinky color is like very, very sheer. You can't really see it, but I do go in with a second layer on top of everything. Everything gets 2 coats, and then the colors just pull out a little bit more. And you can see it a little bit better because it's a very sheer gel with pink and blue glitter. So I thought the pink would just add a little bit more of interest, and it does have blue sparkle in it as well. That kind of pulls the whole design together. I wanted it to just have a little bit more interest. I didn't want the colors to be too boring, I guess. I just wanted to add a little bit more interest in the colors, but I'm just going off over here doing some dots and just some swirls, and kind of going in and filling in where I think there might be some little bits missing. And over here I'm just going in with a second layer, as you can see here. And once you do that, you can really pull in the colors a little bit more. Again, it's not as pinky as it looks in the container because it is definitely a sheer color, and it's definitely picking up the brown from behind it, but I think it came out really, really cool. And now I'm going to add a little bit more of those swirly wind designs on the foils over here, but I'm going to add some glitter. I felt like it was just looking a little bit plain, and because the design was just a little bit more basic, I guess, I wanted to add a little bit more detail to it, and a great way to do that is always with glitter. I love glitter, and I feel like you can never go wrong. It just always enhances the set. It looks beautiful afterwards. So after I did it on that nail, I decided to add a little bit of glitter to each of the nails, just to add a little bit of texture, a little bit of design, something to add just a little bit of interest to the nail set without it being too dramatic. I think this set did come out a little bit dramatic in the end because there were so many different colors and so much glitter going on, but I don't think it's overwhelming. I think it was the perfect amount of drama, I guess. Yeah, especially with this nail over here, because it was just solid brown, it was just looking a little bit plain, and in comparison to the glitter, once I did it on the snowflake nail, I was like, okay, I have to add glitter to everything, otherwise the snowflake nails are just going to take over the whole show, and I really wanted it to be cohesive. So here is the final set. I did a shiny top coat on the 3 middle nails and then left the foils matte. I think it came out really, really cool. I love this design. I love that it's not too obvious. It's just a little bit more fun. Let me know